Hello. um, I'm Chris, if you've not heard of me before, but you probably have if you found the stream, because I just tweeted about it. So I haven't streamed in a while, but hopefully that'll improve starting today. I have plans to stream more, and I guess we'll just have to see how consistent that's going to be. But my initial plan is to stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays at around about this time. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. I have no channel graphics, no alerts. Definitely something I want to work on, but for now, this is what there is. And I think if it's consistent and there's really a demand for that kind of stuff, then I'm keen to add it. If you're wondering why I look over that way, it's because I have like stream stats on there to show me if the stream is tanking or not. But anyway, I was thinking of what to do in the stream, and I have a few different projects I need to build on. Some stuff I have to do off stream, some stuff I have to do on stream, and I was thinking that a fun thing to do on stream might be this font project that I have to do. So I have quite a few projects that include non-English text, like Hebrew or Arabic or Greek or whatever, and I'm a big fan of the Natto font families to be able to do this. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do, and then that's where I wanted the new window. Cool. So Google have this project called Natto, and Natto is short for no tofu, and I think the parlance here is that when you're on the web and you see little rectangles where there should be characters, those blocks I think are, yeah, here we go, tofu blocks. So Natto is an attempt to create font faces that include characters for the whole Unicode range, which means they cater for other languages in the UTF-8 spec. And so generally what I'll do when I have a situation where I need to load a non-English font is I will go to this site and I will look for it, like Hebrew, and I'll pick one of the fonts for that and load that into whatever site I'm using or whatever app I'm making. And that works fine, except that I find I am repeatedly doing this work. So I want to create a project that I can use as sort of a CDN for these fonts that already has them converted to web standard @font face definitions. So I can install a single CSS, or I can put a single CSS line in my style sheet, or if I've got a WordPress site, in the theme editor for that, and then specify to load those fonts in the site. So this CDN thing is what I want to make. Question is, how much of it will I be able to make on stream with you? To that end, I want to set up a Next.js site. So if I go to Next.js, this is Next.js. It's lovely. It is for, in my opinion, it is really well suited to creating small to medium sized applications, though undoubtedly large applications can and have been made with it. But for my use case, I like to use it for small to medium sized apps that need static site generation, that have React.js front ends, and it works really well for that use case. So this is what I want to use for our time this evening. I do have a list of things I want to get through, so talking about what we're building is what I'm busy with, but to start off with, I would like to I guess maybe set up the next site is sort of the first thing I'd like to do. Then I'm going to have to find one or more font faces to download from Natto Sans or Natto Serif. I prefer the Serif one, actually. So download some font faces for Natto Serif, convert them in another app that I like to use called Font Squirrel, which does that conversion in that CSS fairly okay. But that will convert it from the TTF format that Google hosts it as into WAF and WAF2 and generate a little bit of CSS around how to use that. Then I'd like to host that CSS somewhere. So I'll start off very simply with a single font family, a single font face, and a single variant. And I'll talk about that as I go through it. But then over time, I'd like to expand based on what people want. So I'll add the serif font faces. I'll kind of expand it to the variants I want to work with. I'll add Hebrew, perhaps on stream or perhaps off stream, depending on how far we get. And then I want to create the CSS files that are importable, host them somewhere, describe how to use them on this next app. So it's just going to be like a simple one-page app and have some URLs for hosting the CSS files. Style it a little bit with Tailwind. I'm not a very proficient UX or UI designer, but I'll try and do something that's a little neat. Set up a domain for it, which will probably be a subdomain on my blog, top-level domain. Set up a Forge app for it, so a place to host that source code, and then create a little simple deploy script. That is, unless I do automatic deployments, which I'm tempted to do. But one of the things that I struggle with in hosting Node.js apps, which is what Next is that those apps need to be restarted in Supervisor, which runs on Forge. So I don't know what I want to do with that. I'll have to figure out how to work with that. And then finally, tweet it out. If I get through all of this stuff in the next 55 minutes, I'd like to tweet it out. And I guess if I don't get through it, I'll just do that when I'm comfortable with it. And then anything we don't get to, I'll list over here. This format, by the way, of prioritizing stuff and then listing things that I still want to do until I'm really happy sharing it, is actually inspired by Matt Stauffer's streams. If you haven't been to Matt Stauffer's streams, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you go and you follow the guy. He's a legend. Twitch.tv Matt Stauffer. Is that it? I guess we'll see. Matt Stauffer, yes. So if you haven't been here, if you haven't followed this guy or watched his streams, do it. He is a legend. I love this guy. He's super cool. Okay, back to Next.js. So the first thing is now to create an app using this. I've made a simple folder. Oh, Nuno, it's so good to see you. I've made a simple folder called Use Natto. That's what I'm calling this project entirely. So use Natto. Use Natto. Now, let's go to the docs here, because I don't remember offhand how to do this. Okay, so npm install. It's probably quite a fun thing to talk about, whether you, as a developer, like npm or yarn. I tend to prefer npm because it's installed when Node is there, and it's pretty good these days. And yeah, I just like it. I don't see as much need for yarn anymore unless I'm working in projects that are big bootstrappy projects like React Native, where yarn is used to bootstrap that whole thing. There, yarn makes a lot of sense. Or if I'm working in workspaces like we do at IndieFin, then I use it there because someone else sets that up. But for now, I'm going to use npm. So to set up a new Next app, you install React, React DOM. These do the server-side rendering and the client-side rendering and rehydration, and then Next. Next does static site building and serving and file watching, and it's great. So I'm going to use that. Let me know what the volume of the audio is like for you, because I am not listening to it on stream. I think I've balanced it nicely. So just let me know how it is for you. I'm going to go out of that because I think that would have, not that one, that one. Okay, it hasn't been saved yet. Thanks, Nuno. So Nuno says the audio is good. I also don't think I'm ever going to have, you know, I've been really inspired lately to stream again by watching Matt's streams, and he's got like a similar sort of camera positioning. He also has chat above that. And I was thinking, I didn't really want to have chat on here, but then I've just realized I also only stream on Twitch, and I'd like to use Restream and stream on YouTube as well. So maybe having chat in here would be a good idea from that point of view, because then people can be in Twitch and see YouTube chat, or be in YouTube and see Twitch chat. So I think I will add a chat thing here over time. I also don't have a green screen. I don't really know how necessary that is for a coding stream, but yeah, I've done a little bit of masking, at least. Wow, this is taking a while. Cool. So when this is done, it should populate this with those 3 dependencies. I also copied this prettier config from another project that I'm working on at the moment. Only notable things here are spaces, tabs of a width of 4 spaces, avoid semicolons, and single quotes around stuff. The rest is pretty simple, straightforward at least. Okay, so next, React DOM. Okay, the next thing is that we need a pages thing and an index.js thing. Okay, so I want to get I haven't been in these docs in a while. I want to make sure that I'm doing it exactly the right way. So firstly, we can copy these scripts over to package.json because we'll use them verbatim for now. Okay, next thing we need is that index page. So it's this over here, pages index.js. Okay, I was still on the right track there. When I save, I have the Prettier extension installed, although it's been updated, so I need to reload it. But anyway, I have the Prettier extension installed, and I have format on save configured in VS Code. So because of this config file, when I save in a JavaScript file, it's automatically going to format it according to that stuff. Okay, I do want to change this because I don't like exporting straight away. Const index is function. I actually prefer this much more than exporting directly. Why has this not saved? That's why it's not saved with formatting. There we go. Okay, I far prefer this format because then often I will tack on prop types or default props unless I'm using TypeScript, in which case that'll be taken care of with a type definition. Next.js does server-side rendering first, and then it hydrates it client-side, which means I can think about it happening in just the one function, what that'll look like on the server, from the server, and what that'll look like on the client. It supports React.js out the box, and also I don't need to import React at the top. It does that automatically. I kind of like doing that though. Yeah, I kind of like doing that anyway, but for now I'll just leave it like this. What I want to see is npm run dev, whether the server will load now. So I can click to it from there. Got a whole bunch of tabs open which I didn't want to expose, but anyway. There we go. So that's running now. It's got file watching, so I can change this just on a save, and it's already updated there. I'll make that a little bit bigger so you can see what's going on. Okay, so that was a thing, right? What are the hotkeys for this strike through again? Yeah, this will tell me what it is. Strike through. Command Shift E. Okay. So we've talked about that. We've set up a very basic Next site. So now we need to go to Natto, Google Natto, and download a single font face. I can download all of them. Do I want to do that? I probably don't want to do that. I'll just download Natto Serif for now. But this should be all of the variants of Natto Serif. So if I extract that, go on then. Here we go. So that is lots and lots of things. Now, a bit of terminology. Each one of these is a font face, but together they are all a font family. So we can go through all of these and create font face declarations for them. I don't really want to do that. For now, I just want to do regular, italic, bold. No, just regular and italic, just for now. Over time, I want to expand this out to be more of these variants, but as you'll see, it's actually quite a lot of work to do. And essentially, I'm building like a Google Fonts, except something that makes the rest of the languages of Natto a little bit more accessible. Font squirrel. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to go to Twitter though. I just want the website. There we go. It's fontsquirrel.com. Okay. So go here. This is generally what I use to create these web safe fonts. So I can go to generator. There's a couple font files I can drag on there. So I'm just doing italic, which looks like that, and regular, which looks like that. Just these two for now. Weird, it doesn't have a drop zone. Downloads, that one. Okay. Italic, regular. Okay, now optimal is going to try and optimize this font and remove a set of glyphs that it doesn't think is necessary. And I don't want to do that because there are lots of glyphs in here. I'd rather just say basic. Because I don't want it to cut out glyphs that it doesn't think are necessary. I want the purpose of using this font is to have all the glyphs that I'll need. I would rather restrict the glyphs that the font is loaded for in the CSS. But anyway. Okay, let's download these. It'll take a little while to process. Now this is a big font file. Odds are you aren't using all of these glyphs. So if you, I mean, you can go expert here and specify like a specific range of fonts to use. You can specify a Unicode range, if I remember correctly. Where is the Unicode stuff? Custom subsetting. Okay, so here you can pick subsets of what you want to export in the font, or you can do Unicode ranges. But I want to keep these in here. I want to keep these in here. Oh, look, you can even target by like, yeah, okay, cool. So I've got my two fonts. I've downloaded them from Font Squirrel. Here they are. Now there are two file formats per font face. So these I will put in my folder here, but let me say, do I want to do public? Yeah, public fonts. Okay, and then in here I will put these font files. Now I want to start a naming scheme here as well. Ooh, not that. I want to start a naming scheme here as well. So I will start with Natto serif italic. That's actually it. All I need to do for these fonts is put that dash between Natto and serif. Later on, when I start to do the other font faces as well, then it gets a little bit more extensive. But for now, this is fine. So fonts, style sheets, style sheets. And I mean, it's a funny name, but I'm calling it this specifically because I want this to be part of the URL. Next is very literal in terms of mapping files to URLs. It's very PHP in that regard. So here I want to say Natto serif italic. Very simply, very simply. And Natto serif regular. Actually just Natto serif Regular, that's fine. Okay. So I actually have, there is already CSS in here. If I go to style sheets, there is already CSS in here. So I will copy this into italic. And I'll just prefix this fonts and put our dash back in here. And this I'm going to call Natto serif. Natto serif. Okay. So Pretty is formatting this nicely for me. Now, font style. Italic. So font weight is normal. Font style is italic. And this is important. I'll show you why this is important. But let's copy this into regular. It's going to be pretty similar anyway. I'm pretty sure this is what this is going to be like, and this will be normal. Okay. Now we also need an index in here, Natto serif CSS, and here we want to import style sheets. Oh, I need to put this in quotes. Style sheets, Natto serif regular. Oh, I don't put this in. It's not a cool. Okay, cool. So it's not moaning at me. I think this will be fine. Cool. Okay. Now I want to put I want to use some of that in here actually. So next you can actually import. If I remember correctly, you can define header imports directly in any of the files. So advanced features. Where is the head block? Oh, here we go. Actually, I'll just go straight to these here. Cool. So you can import this dependency, and then you can just define a head block inside your normal thing, and it will portal these into the head. So here I'm going to say, what am I going to say? Use Natto home. Okay, that's cool. And then style. Oh, no, it's not style. What am I doing? Link rel. Okay, so now this font should be loaded in here. So if I go to resources, those things are loaded in here. That's good. But I'm not defining this as using that yet. So how would I do that? What's the best way to do that? What is the best way to do that? Something like that? Ugh. How is this not valid stuff? Curious about that. Style JSX. Okay. Apparently I have to do this nonsense, which is cringe, but anyway. Who am I to complain? This doesn't not look like, does it? Is this not a serif? Hard to tell. Elements. What? Where is the font family? I do not see a font family. Am I missing something? Oh, is that not in the head then? Oh, global. Interesting. I think this mustn't go in the head. I think this must just go in here. Which is weird, but anyway. There we go, it's loaded. Who would have thought, hey? I guess this is also scoped. That's weird. It's scoped. So I don't really like this here. I don't really like this here. Maybe what I should do is a custom document. Maybe I should do a custom document. The only thing is that I have to do this gnarly file name to do this. Okay, I'll do it. I will do it. Document. Custom document. Do I really need this? Do I really need this? Whatever. Okay, let me put these things into here as like a global. And let me put this mess into here. And call this global. There we go. So now I should just have to do this. I shouldn't need the head thing anymore. Save this. And then go have a look here. There we go. So, is this using the right font family? Nope. What? It's not loading that in there. Document. Does this not work in here? Super weird, man. Super weird, man. Okay, I don't think this works in here. I think I do need to have like a layout component, which is pretty weird. Components, layout. Does that still work if I do that, by the way? Like, is this still watching? This is what I want to know. Dead Steam, thanks for following. Rosenda PHP, thanks for following. And David Stockto. D Stockto. Thanks also for following. Okay, that does still look like it's watching. So, let's take this stuff out. Let's actually follow their example that they've got here. Oh, not that. This over here. Not that either. This here. That in there. Like so. So I will dereference children because it's a little bit neater. And then the style that I want in there is this. Boop. Like that. Like that. In which case I actually need this stuff, but anyway. Okay, like that, but I do need a thing from here. Export layout from layouts. I do need a facade in here. I also want to rename these to .js because I'm pedantic. Does that work? Still work? Still happy? No, not happy. Something's wrong. Export loud from. Is it not happy with this syntax? Still. I don't know if it's happy with the export from. Also, this is now a named import. Hey, there we go. Is this still Natto though? I don't know if it is. It is! Yes! It is. Good. Cool. Okay, so now this is using the style sheet that we've created. Yeah, this is using the style sheet that we've created, and that's cool because it means it's loading these fonts. Now, if I did font style italic, oh, I'm not. I think I need to use a object for this. If I do that, you see, it's still Natto serif. It's still Natto serif. And that is because when you do this stuff in CSS, you can specify what font weight and what font style it applies to. So this set of fonts, even though it's in the same font family as the regular, it only applies when font style is italic, whereas regular applies when font style is normal. Now, what are the canonical names for font weights? MDN font weight. I know you can use numbers, and I know there are some keywords that exist, but do the numbers match up to the keywords? Font weight normal, font weight bold, lighter, bolder. I kind of want to use the numbers instead. So I want to say font weight 400. And for italic, font weight 400. Should still be the same, although now I can probably get rid of the style tag because you've seen the point. But there we go. Now, if we want to add variants, what we would do is generate new font faces and new style sheets that match their variants. And then we would import them in our master style sheets, and then use that like we're doing now in layout. But this means we need to now explain to people how to use this. So let's write some copy for this. I'll actually think up some copy later. For now, I want to say to use these, import the style sheets. Into your project. Okay. Code pre. And then what our CSS is. Oh, don't do this. Why are you formatting inside pre-blocks? What's the matter with you? Does this actually work? Wow, does that actually work? I'll be super surprised if that works. I just needed to open my eyes. It's exact instructions right there. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Now, curiously, it's not formatting this as pre-formatted, which is pretty weird. That's pretty weird. I wonder why that is. Look, while we're here messing with CSS, I do want to bring in Tailwind. It's a thing that's on our list here. Maybe I should do that now. So Tailwind is a CSS utility framework by Adam Wathan and I've forgotten the other core contributor's name momentarily. Oh, please don't hate me. It's down the bottom here. I will find it. Where's the about page? I must find it. Jonathan Rennig, I think. Yeah. Rennig. Flip. Sorry, Jonathan. Anyway, it is a utility framework, and just generally it means you don't have to write all your CSS yourself. I'm going to use it from CDN. Gross as that is for some people, but I don't want to have to integrate this locally in the project. So this is what I'm going to use. I'll stick it back in my layout. No, my document file. This one. There we go. Okay, and for the sake of consistency, I'll do that and that. There we go. So now this should be a little bit neater, I would expect. Hello. Is that loading the style sheet? Does it need to be first? Who knows? For now, I will assume that I can just put things on here. So container mx auto. No, that is not applying anything. I mean, it's there, but what does that mean? That's not loading in anything. Where is the style sheet reference here? That's really bizarre. I don't actually need these things in here, hey? If I go back, look. Docs, API, head, import this. If I put this inside my layout component, right? Hear me out. Then this code should actually be taken care of. Use Natto. I shouldn't have to have a custom document file in because I already have this global wrapper for everything, right? Rel style sheets. All that stuff's fine. I'll leave this where this is, and then I'll delete this document. Because I shouldn't need it then, if all I'm doing is injecting these global styles in this layout. So let me try this, and let me refresh. It worked. Holy smokes, it worked. Okay. I don't know why it wasn't loading that style sheet in the document. It seems like it should have, but whatever. The stuff can go back here. What's weird is that it's not preserving the white space that's in here, the new lines. It's not preserving them. That's really weird. And also, prettier ignore. Oh, kept that in as text. Okay, that's fine. So now with Tailwind, I want to do white space formatting. Oof. That camera when it goes bright. Sorry about that. Should be by, there we go, white space. For some reason, it is not preserving the white space pre, which is weird. So instead, let me put this on here. Like that, and then I'll take this out, and I'll take this out. And then, so, okay. Why is it, oh, that's also weird. It's because I'm doing style stuff. Do you see? Okay, but it's not preserving it though. That is super weird for me. Don't need that. So I can probably close that now. White space, pre-line. I remember seeing pre-line as a thing that I wanted actually. Preserve new lines but not spaces within an element. Text will be wrapped normally. I actually like this because then I can put stuff on new lines as I want, but then I don't have to... Oh no, I do actually want this. So preserve new lines and spaces, but wrap when it gets too far. This was the one I was thinking of. I like this. Missing the public folder in your import paths. Oh, that is a good point. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So, I'm pretty sure that static file sharing works off the assumption that you have a public folder here. So, /this will look in public /this. That's a good question, or a good thing to point out. Generally, I would need to append those things, but because of Next.js's conventions, I don't need to, as long as the public folder is there. I think if I rename this, it's even going to complain that there is no public folder that it expects. Maybe? Okay, it doesn't complain. Aww. But if it's there, it will serve stuff from there. Which is cool. I am almost giving up on this stuff being formatted correctly. What is going on? Do I have to put a line break in here myself? Okay, whatever. Let me differentiate this a little bit. So BG gray 100 P4. Meh. Oh my goodness. Block. There we go. Cool. Maybe 4 is a bit much though. 2 seems fine. And MT2 for margin top. Okay, now I don't want to suggest to people to use / because they're not going to have that on their server. What I'm going to do, I think I can indent that with no ill effects. What I think I can do is have a constant in here, which I can use as the domain name. Now I think in package JSON I can do that. Next config. This is what I wanted. So next config environment variables If I say next.config.js, put that over there, and then I can say domain, and then I can just hard code this for now, https use natto.assertchris.io. Oof, 15 minutes left. 15 minutes left! Okay. Process env domain is what I need here. So I can say here, process env domain. Why'd that formatting go weird? Now, I didn't call this capital letters domain, so I'll do that now. Domain. That did not work at all. Process env custom key. Maybe I need to restart the daemon. Hello. There we go. Use Natto. Assert Chris IO style sheets, and then that stuff. Cool. I want to put a little bit of vertical padding on this quickly, and then I want to move on to my like 16. And then I want to move, and then I want to just quickly host. Yeah, React's fun, man. React's super fun. Okay, so there's some vertical margin on here now. This is fairly straight to the point, but I will say if I go to this index file, or you can import everything, because this is ideally what you do. There we go. Or you can import everything. I'll change this to my, and I'll change this to my as well. Whee! Cool. What else? Let's make this text slightly smaller. Font, no, text SM. There we go. That's slightly smaller. And I also want to do spans on here. Span class name text blue 500. Like so. There's the ending. Just to spice this up. Oh, gross. What is it doing? Why is it like this? That's so bad. It's different. Text SM, text blue. Those shouldn't be weird though. Like if I take this out, does the blue just make it look smaller? Okay. Let's do this color down here. It's the last little tiny bit of styling I want to do. Except maybe to use a heading. Use Natto. Text LG, font semi-bold. Now I don't actually have a variant on that, which is weird. my2. So I'm not really sure what it's using here. It's probably guessing at a font weight for this face. It's probably guessing at that font weight, but anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this blue is making this font appear thinner. But it's fine. It's fine. This is good so far. I want to set up this environment quickly. So I need to log into DigitalOcean, and for that I'm actually going to drag this onto the other screen quickly. because I don't want to give that. I don't want to give that game away. Oh, let me unplug that. The feedback is real. There you go. That one. And I need my authenticator, which apparently I already had open. Come on, DigitalOcean. There we go. Doop. Oh, lol. Fine. Networking. So for this domain, I want to add an A record. I think an A record is what I want. Called use Natto CDN, and that will go to the latest simple one I have. Nice long TTL is fine. Okay, so that's created, and then I can go to Forge. This as well. Okay, and then this is the latest simple one that I made, and I'll call this use natto.assertchris.io. Add that site. I have these bucket servers which are like, they store lots of little applications. And yeah, I guess that's what I'm using this for here. Now I need to create a GitHub project for this, and I need to get init, and I need to create a git ignore file. I should ignore node modules. I think that's it. Oh, next as well. There we go. I want all of those files just as they are there. I need a remote here, so I'll make this a public thing for now. Use Natto. Use Natto web. Because there's another project I want to tack onto this if I get to that in time. Or I won't have time in the stream, but if I get to that in the future. So git push upstream. Oh, I need to add the upstream first. Git remote add origin that. Git push upstream origin master. Lightning course in hosting. Okay, this is up here, so I need this username. Oh, this repo name. Git, it's over there. Do it. Super quick. I wonder if I can get this up in time. Oh, I still have hot chocolate. Okay. Something which I have to sort out here is supervisor restart group. Yeah. Supervisor start. I think you can do supervisor restart as well. Start a process. Start multiple processes or groups. Start all processes. You see, I really want them to add. Why were you unable? What's going on? Oh, it's not a Laravel project. I think I said it's a Laravel project, and I think that's why it's complaining. Use Natto CDN. It is static HTML. That's fine. I think it's complaining because it didn't see Composer in there. Yeah, so spot on. I am going to use Nginx to reverse proxy to this. But I also need to set it up with supervisor so that process restarts if there's an error, if it crashes. But the thing is, I really want Forge to name daemons. So you can set up supervisor processes, it calls them daemons inside here. See, I'm starting this nonsense. I don't need that. I don't need that. Pull origin master. Npm install. Like that. I don't need this, but I do need a script to... Oh. I do need a script to restart the daemon. Do I have any daemons on the server? Let me go to complex and look at the daemons that I have there. Daemons, kill assert Chris IO. Okay. So if I go back here, I just want to start the server up first. Let's start this up first. Oh, I'm so confused. Daemons. Command. Kill, use, Natto. This is home forge, use natto.assert chris.io. Start daemon. No. What? It's not start, is it though? I need to do a build as well. Next build, next start. So in this deploy script, I need to get it to do a node run build, npm run build first. Save script. So I can do a deploy now. Hopefully this works. But the daemon might be crashing because it's not built. That's the only thing. Not the only thing, it's one of many things. But anyway. Let's see if this deploy works. In other words, if it can get all the dependencies from npm, and if it can build with Next. And if it can do those things, then I need to worry about the supervisor process. I really like how simple that thing is. I really like how simple this is. I'm going to keep on doing it as simple as this, but I'll just add new font faces. Anyway, unable to do it. Build successfully, build error. Found pages without a React component as default export. It's so irritating. Do I have to do that and export default layout and import? Which means getting rid of this facade. I hate this. I should try and build this locally actually. npm run build. If I can build this locally, then I know it's not going to error on production. Cool. Okay, and then push that quickly. And then this next install should be quicker. That's pushed. Deploy now. Oof. 2 minutes. I don't think I'm going to make it in time. Because I still have to do this gross script killing nonsense. Will I make it in time? Okay, let's check off stuff from the list so far. Okay, so host CSS and font files, that's done. Convert Natto serif, that's done. How to use on the site, sort of done. Add Tailwind, set up a domain, set up a Forge site, add deploy script is what I'm busy with now. It deployed successfully. Okay. Now if I go back to here and I check out the daemons, I can check out the feedback on this. I expect it would have been killed. Yeah. I expect it would have fataled quite a bit. So restart this. Now, this should be running. Maybe. I'm not sure if I can I'm not sure if I can pass this string identifier to the process yet. Because I think Next actually uses that for some reason. Okay. Let me deep dive into the server. SSH forge at use natto.assertchris.io. Yes. Yes. cd use natto npm run kill use natto. Okay, could not find valid build. What? What? I've called this use note. I cannot do it. I definitively cannot do it. So stupid. Delete that. Use Natto. No, what? Why have you said use note again? Stop! Autocorrect. Not a typo. Autocorrect. Hate. Hate, 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 hate. Assert Chris. Use dash Natto. Use Natto web. It's fine. I'll go until it's up, okay? It won't take that much longer. It's fine. Forge is great. Don't you love Forge? I love Forge. Forge is so cool. Save script. Deploy now. cd use Natto. Why could you not deploy? Oh, that autocorrect problem, Deploy. Yeah, Forge is super cool. It does a lot of the provisioning that I hate doing on servers and IP tables nonsense and general keeping up to date of stuff. That's really cool. It's aimed at Laravel apps and PHP apps, but you can host a ton of apps in other languages in a daemonized form. So if it's Node.js, if it's Python with a server, if it's Ruby with a server, you can host those things there as well, because it's got that supervisor thing. What it doesn't have, and what I really want them to add to it, is putting the daemons that you create in a named group, so you can use supervisor control to restart them. I could kind of configure them. Hey, Marinold. Is that an I or an... I must put this somewhere where I can make the font size bigger. Marinoid. How are you? Okay, it deployed. That's good. The daemon's probably broken because of typo. No, it's fine. Okay, so restart. Cool. Restart. I'm good, thank you. Just trying to get an app up quickly. Last little bit of work to do. Okay, this is fine though. LSLA. It's got a next folder. It's probably working. Let's do a. There we go. npm run start. It works. Okay, npm run start. What did I say this daemon? Oh, npm start. No, that's fine. But here I said kill use Natto, and I think this is the problem, because if I do this, couldn't find a valid build, and I think that is because I am using the string identifier. I think it's because I'm using the string identifier, which is not good. It's really not good. So let me do it over here. Kill use Natto equals 1. Will that work? Okay, that kind of worked. And so if I say use natto.assert.chris.io, how'd you like my ASMR, hey? Okay, yeah, okay, this is obviously not going to work. If I do a port here, 3000, I think IP tables will lock that down, so I won't be able to do that. I basically at this point need to use some Nginx proxying. So what site can I remember has that? I think preprocess has that, except that this doesn't look like it has an app behind it. Where's preprocess on here? I know preprocess exists because I can go preprocess.io, and that's there. You know what I think? You know what I think is the thing? If I go to daemons, I see this. The site doesn't exist here because I have a custom script running on here. Let me just think how I have this here. File, Nginx config. I think I still have the proxy in here. Such a complex setup, but anyway, there is the proxy pass. Here we go. Simple enough. Use Natto. Edit that Nginx config file. And replace this PHP nonsense here. So I can put that there. I can delete this. I can delete this. And that's going to the right place. That's pretty cool. I don't think I have anything else on here running on that port, so I'll leave it as 3000 for now. But if I have additional daemons running on here, I will need to switch out their ports. So, okay, was successful. If I take this port out here, there we go. For some reason, it's loading this in here, and I don't know why it's loading that in there. Because that's not hard-coded. Is it doing it because I have that next config in there, and that's how it's loading it? Maybe. Now, I have this process running in here, and it's running with this, where's this thing? Kill use Natto. So I'll go in a separate instance, ssh forge at use natto.assertchris.io, and there is a command that I can run, which should kill this process. Let's see. Where am I using that command? Probably in the preprocess app. Preprocess. Preprocess. There we go. Oh, blind, hey? Blind. The website. Where's the website thing in here? Preprocess.io. Nearly there. Where is the script? Oh, this is a different thing. This just copies the build folder. This uses parcel. It doesn't even use Next.js. Where else am I doing this process killing? Probably in my archive. Do I have like a 2018 maybe in here? Tailwind build. Oh, but I don't know if that hosted anymore. How am I restarting this thing again? It's probably a site that's in here. No. I don't know if I have a good example about this anymore. New in the world of programming, I had learning web developing, but I want to give a try to programming too. What kind of language do you recommend? I want to work as a programmer one day. So you've learned a bit of web dev. I would recommend you look at JavaScript as a language, or yeah, JavaScript as a language, because you would have used or come across it in web dev, and turns out you can use it to build quite a lot of different and cool apps. You can use it, for instance, on the server with Node.js, which is still sort of a web accessible context. You can use it inside React Native to do mobile apps. You can use it inside React Native in Visual Studio on Windows to build Windows apps, and there are forks of React Native for other platforms as well. You can use it inside Electron with other web tech like HTML and CSS to make desktop-like apps that run there, and quite a lot of popular apps do that as well. So I'd take a look at JavaScript. It's also quite an accessible language in terms of being able to get it set up easily and being able to ease into it. Okay, kill process by grep. So I think I should be able to see this. Let's use this first. So the script I'm looking for is kill use Natto. We wrap it in this so that it doesn't match the PS command. Weird. Weird. That's super weird. It's running this stuff, right? npm run start. It goes next start node. Here we go. Next start. Now, you see how it's matching the PS grep that we've got going here? If we wrap one of these characters in that regular expression, it's not going to pull in the PS command. So, what if we do grep like that, and we do grep use Natto like that? We get that command, right? Really cool. Okay, so now let's feed this into the rest of our kill command and see what happens. So if I do this, no. It didn't work. That's so disappointing. What does this give us? What if I did the first argument? That's the process ID. So if I did kill all of that, and the first argument, it would kill it, and this would show that it is dead, terminated, and this refresh wouldn't work because it had terminated that thing. Okay, so I think this is our kill command. I'm pretty sure this is our kill command, which means we don't need this string over here, and for the daemon we don't need that string at the end because it's not launching from that. So we can copy this path, and we can do npm start, and we can get rid of this daemon. Yes, get rid of that string at the end there, start the daemon. Okay, so this is going to spin the daemon up, and then we can use our kill command that we did over here to kill the process in supervisor, and then supervisor, being a good supervisor, will start it up again. Is this running it? Running, so this should refresh. Okay, and then we can go to sites, use Natto, and add this to our deploy script. So after it's built, kill the existing process that's next and use Natto. Okay, so does our deploy script work? And then what we're going to do is push some changes, just a very subtle change here. Commit move needless brackets. I don't know if they are needless, but anyway, I'll do that. I'll wait for this deploy to finish happily. And if that's the case, okay, there we go. Enable that. So our site still has these brackets over here. But now if we push, it should go to auto deploy. Let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of that. So it's deploying automatically now, which includes a get pull and a next build, and then killing the script. Now if we weren't killing the script already, we would see the old code until we manually went into the server to kill the script. But with any luck, this is going to kill the existing use Natto process that's running, and supervisor will start it up again. Woohoo! So we've deployed. Haha, cool. Okay, that means we can cross this off our list. I will tweet about it when I've added a little bit more to... you know what? I'm going to tweet about it right after the stream, exactly like it is. So, still to do, I want to add more variants. Bold, thin, etc. Add more languages. So I have a set of languages that I want to add: Hebrew, Greek, Arabic. And I want to kind of leave the rest up to issue submissions for things that people want to add to this. So stuff that they want to have hosted, I'm going to leave that up here, or add that in here. So yeah, it's gonna kind of wait for that, really. But I'm super happy about the progress of this. Thanks for being here and chatting. Yeah, and thanks for the follow. Twitch, stop changing my password. I am going to be streaming tomorrow night again, but since I'm here and since I'm expecting... Oh no, there's no one to raid here. They're live. Adam's live. Okay, I'm going to raid him. Okay, cool. So thank you for being here. Please go check out Adam's channel and give him a follow if you're there and you like what he's doing. And I will see you tomorrow, starting at the same time as I did today. So thank you for being here, and bye.